You would think that with an NBC network they could get better graphics than that from the studio. Come on. But they got good graphics though coming. They got about 9 slates they did for us. That's pretty good. So. Man, that's hot. That's hot, eh? No, they usually don't ever turn it on. And tonight they won't have to because when it fills right in, like. So, yeah, you got Woodbury 11, 9, and 1. Perfect. Yeah, okay, good. So I saw the same screen and went, Cheesecake. You just have the lines, right? Just the lines? So I'll run through the stats after that. That's fine. So. Yeah. Just run it. I'll just run it whatever you put on the screen, and then I'll just kill time after that. Good evening and welcome to Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11 Television, produced by MNHockeyTV. Tonight, live from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, home of the East Ridge Raptors. It's the Battle of Woodbury. The 11-9 Woodbury Royals pay a trip across town to play the 10-10 East Ridge Raptors. Let's get a look at some of the starting lineups. The referees come on the ice. We'll bring our graphics up here. For the Woodbury Royals starting line, Ethan Hansen, the senior. He's got 18 goals and 13 assists for 31 points. He leads the Royals. He'll be on the wing with Joey Moeller and Aiden Grosskloss. Grosskloss, the super sophomore, attended the U.S. National Program this summer, and he's going to be a future star here in Woodbury. We'll start Matthew Tarleton, Caden Schlappman in a net, senior goaltender Cam Carlson for the 11-9 Royals, who come off an 8-3 defeat to Coon Rapids and come in here losing 3 straight to East Ridge over the last 2 years, and they're looking for redemption tonight as the Royals come to the ice. 1,100 strong inside the Cottage Grove Ice Arena, a complete sellout, and thousands more across the state of Minnesota watching here tonight on Kare 11. Glad you joined us. It's brought to you by St. Cloud State University, Affinity Plus Credit Union, the Meta Sports League, the Inside the Bubble Hockey Show on Kare 11, and the Overtime Hockey Podcast brought to you by Apple Podcasts. And now we'll get a look at the starting lineups for the East Ridge Raptors tonight's home game. The Raptors come in at 10-1. They come in off a 2-0 loss to 5th-ranked White Bear Lake in a game that they were heavily outshot. And 10-1, good enough for 5th place in Section 4AA. That has huge ramifications tonight. They'll start junior Brady Knutson, the Colorado transfer, at center. He'll be flanked by Blake Conan and by Brandon Muth, the super sophomore, and the junior. On the point, senior Blake Liney will be partnered with Davis Polifka, and in that, Jack Hodgins, the senior, who leads the conference and the section in goaltending statistics, gets to start tonight. He wears number 29. We'll take it down now to the public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups as the Royals wait the East Ridge Raptors. Some more stats tonight brought to you by St. Cloud State University. The head-to-head matchup, goals per game, the Royals 3.81 a game against 2.86. And that's been the Achilles heel for the East Ridge Raptors. Goals against about even, 310 and 295. Both power plays electric for these teams. 25% plus, and the penalty kills around an 80%. Power play will be critical tonight and likely a deciding factor in this one. We'll go down right now for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. And we're already off to a feverish pitch. We said complete sellout tonight, 1,165 tickets sold as the building continues to fill the parking lot. The issue, people trying to find a place to park tonight for this one. And you can hear the student sections in the crowd on their feet. We hope we can keep it PG for you. Our Kare 11 studios right above the Woodbury High School student section. We'll hope they'll be loud and proud, but we can keep it PG rated here. Starting goaltender, we said, number 29, Jack Hodgins. He's 10-8-1, 931 save percentage, leads the Suburban East Conference and finds himself 8th in the entire state of Minnesota. Cam Carlson at 897. He's 11-9 as well in the net. And all kinds of cross currents tonight as most of these players grew up together in the Woodbury youth hockey system. In fact, Hodgins and Carlson played 4 years together. So friendships all over the ice, but for the next 51 minutes, mortal enemies, as Woodbury and East Ridge is always a great one. No matter the record, no matter the location, it's always a high-pitched game, and the crowd tonight anticipating no less as we get ready for the opening puck drop. Knutson against Hansen to get this one going in the Battle of Woodbury. Off the draw quickly, Hansen tries to move it forward, but the Raptors gain control. Get into the blue line no further, and Hansen will pick it back up for Woodbury. Warren side to Grossclaws. He walks in, shot. That one's high over the net of Hodgins as that one goes. Kept back in the line by Schlattman, blocked and now chipped out by the Raptors, who will make a quick change as Knutson chases Schlattman into the Woodbury zone. Back in the neutral zone, Vene, half boards, gets it back up for Wyden. Picked back up, and here comes Grossclaws again. He goes wide. Just a step offside was Ethan Hansen. Woodbury captain, we talked about Hansen, 18 goals, leads the team. And he wears number 16, and the Royals will need him to connect tonight. These two teams met January 5th. In the first of two annual games, the Raptors come out with a 2-1 lead. Heavily outshot, though, 41-18. The Woodbury Royals outshot the Raptors that night, and the Raptors steal one on the MHealth Fairview home ice of the Woodbury Royals. And as we said, they won both last year, so 3 consecutive Raptor victories, and the Royals due for one and eager tonight. We talked to Wes Boland before the game in his 19th year behind the bench of Woodbury, and his team's ready to go tonight. Back in the corner, Conan. 2 Conans on the team. Number 9, the sophomore, is Blake, his brother. Number 11, Grant, we'll talk about him. Here's a chance right away. Woodbury walks it back in. Chance on the backhand. Hodgins with the save, kicked it back out as that one went to the side. Now here's Grant Conan. He leads the team. 21 goals and 16 assists for the Raptors for 37 points, and he's approaching the all-time Raptor record at 44 points with 5 games to go. So rarefied air for number 11, who as well will anchor the power play tonight for the East Ridge Raptors. Here's Schlattman back in his own zone. Tipped. Here comes Conan. Down in alone. Shot tipped off the stick of Schlattman and over the net of Carlson. And back into the Woodbury Royal corner. Here's Dietrich. Up on the far side to Jan Tichy. Back to Dietrich. Breaks it down the far side. He goes wide. Tried to move it through the middle. Couldn't get it by. And Gonzaga trips it back out. And now Nico Zuber turns and dumps it back in. Icing going to be signaled and called on the Raptors, and that one will go down 200 feet to the left-hand side of Jack Hodgins in the East Ridge Raptor zone. We talked to there about Jan Tichy. He's a Czech native, and he's on a transfer student here to the United States and enjoying his first year of Minnesota State high school hockey. And quite sure his parents are watching back home very, very late in the evening, but a hello to them. Back over in the Czech Republic. Off the boards, the Raptors get it back out. Shabak able to clear it back in, and Gonzaga will go back in as we hit the 2-minute mark of period number 1 here. Long pass up the board, gets through a maze of players past Crowell. Carlson will have to play it behind the net. Icing waved off as the Raptors stay back on it. Both coaches running through full lines here. We'll see 2 lines heavily played here tonight, but right now both fourth lines on the ice, and there's a foot race coming back in and alone. Gonzaga had to hurry to get back as Nick Simic pushed him towards the net. And now Simic uses the body to muscle the Raptor player back off, gets to the neutral zone where Schlattman will pick it back up and just turn and dump it back deep. Penalty coming up behind the net. It's going to go to Woodbury. Ref makes his way over. He hasn't signaled anybody yet. He's called elbowing. We'll see who he's going to flag here. Not the most demonstrative call from tonight's official as he walked over. It's going to be on the East Ridge Raptors. And Captain Lucas Stouffer's going to get 2 for elbowing. And so we talked about the power play being critical here tonight. The Woodbury Royals go to the power play first, and out they walk. Ethan Hansen, Aiden Grosskloss, and Jan Tichy for the power play. Tarleton back on the point with Schlattman for the Woodbury Royals. On the half boards, Hansen drops it back to Tarleton. They try to set it back up in front of the net. Tarleton walks in, shot, save Hodgins, kicked it back out again. And back out to the neutral zone. Schlattman turns, good move by the Woodbury defenseman to fire back around behind the net. And Tichy's going to go in first after it. Now Hansen on the half boards, gives it away. Rick Lanahan picks it up and fires it 100 feet down on Cam Carlson. As 34 seconds of tick off the power play here for the Woodbury Royals. The Raptors will make changes. Over the board comes Brady Knutson to kill this one off with Jack Tauscher for East Ridge. And that one's flipped back in. Jack Elliott turns it back out. Chance short-handed. Here comes Tauscher. 2-on-0 short-handed inside. Carlson with a huge save and a great chance for the Raptors early on, and Carlson slams the door. 2-on-0 short-handed for the Raptors. And Tauscher slides it across to Knutson. He's got 8 on the season and 20 points, and he's not able to get it by Carlson, whose first shot is a difficult one on the breakaway, and he stands tall. Face off back in the zone, won by Knutson. Going to get it back out to the neutral zone where Polifka will just turn and rifle it back in. And Knutson will stay back with it on the forecheck. Minor or Crowell dumps it back over to Shabak. Back up on the boards, Knutson turns it back, and the Raptors doing a good job here on the penalty kill. As they now get 2 players deep back in an aggressive penalty kill here as the Raptors have 2 back behind the red line. And that's going to make an easy breakout for the Woodbury Royals. Up the far side, here comes Brock Alberts. Sets it back in the corner to Shabak. Back down deep on the half boards. Joey Lucius back to Shabak. Top of the umbrella. Crowell with a shot. Tipped. Hodgins has got that one. That might have hit his own player. Friendly fire, and he makes a good save at 12:43. So both goalies tested here early. And it's still scoreless. 12:43 to go. Period number 1. And 21 seconds to go on the Lucas Stouffer penalty as the Raptors look to kill this one off early. Number 1 power play unit back out for the Woodbury Royals. It's Hansen, Moeller, and Grosskloss as they look to get the opening marker. Hansen wins the draw. Back to Grosskloss. Tries to move it back. Now stolen by Conan. Burst of speed for the East Ridge senior. In he comes alone. He's hauled. No call. The East Ridge crowd up in arms. They wanted a penalty as Conan was hauled back down, and Schlattman's going to escape with it. 5 to go in the penalty to Stouffer, and the Raptors will kill off the first penalty of the night. We'll get back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here comes Mulder. In he comes. Shot. Hodgins grabs that out of the air from 35. Nice job by Jake Gonzaga to clear the lane for his goaltender as he saw it all the way back in. And back at 5-on-5 here, as you can already feel the nervous tension across the crowd here. This one has meaning. It's 51 minutes of hockey tonight, but it's 6 months of bragging rights across this summer in the Woodbury, Minnesota area. Elliott ties him up on the boards. Conan trying to break it back through. He trips his man down. That could have been a penalty on East Ridge as well. And no call there as Conan searches for a stick. Back into the East Ridge zone. Hodgins leaves it for Jack Elliott. 12-minute mark of period number 1. We're 5 minutes in, still scoreless here. Good chances at both ends. Carlson with a breakaway save on Knutson, and Hodgins with a good save on a deflected shot from the point. Keeps it scoreless. Conan behind the net turns, rifles it back door, trying to find his brother Blake Conan. And now some pushing and shoving in front of the net between J.J. Minor and Jack Tauscher dislodges the net, and we'll get a whistle here. If you just joined us, 5 minutes, 32 seconds underway here in the Battle of Woodbury. Sold out house tonight, 1,178 tickets sold, and everybody in the building tonight in the Battle of Woodbury. Dump back. Polifka's going to activate off the point, trying to come back in and solve it. No, Shabak turns it back around. He'll go the other way to Crowell. Picked up though by Conan. Walks down Main Street. Chance for Conan. Shot deflected out front. Another chance saved by Carlson on a good save from 45 out. Now Polifka turns it back into the corner. On the half board. Stumped back out. Polifka's going to have to play it, and he'll take his time as Conan goes to the bench for a change. Polifka just turns and rifles it back in. And now the rest of the Raptors will make changes as fresh forward unit for the team in white comes out. Shamek back into his own zone as we cross the 11-minute mark of period number 1. Works it back up the boards. Elliott can't keep it in, so he'll just rifle it back in and wait for the check-up offside for East Ridge. And now Shamek fires it down. Icing's going to be signaling called as he needed a change at the 10:46 mark. Still scoreless here. This game has huge ramifications in Section 4AA, not only in the Suburban East Conference. Both these teams tied for 5th place in the Suburban East Conference, but both members of Section 4AA. And the reset for both these teams could see them anywhere in 5th, 6th, or 7th place, and you want that 4-5 matchup as the top 2 teams in the section within the top 5 in the state of Minnesota, and you want to try to avoid that in the first round. So a lot on the line tonight besides bragging rights. It's Suburban East Conference points, but more importantly, Section 4AA placement, which will be set in 2 weeks as we start the playoffs here in Minnesota State High School hockey. That one flipped on the net. Carlson has no trouble with it. And we're going to face off to his left-hand side here. Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11. Glad you joined us tonight. Again, brought to you by St. Cloud State University, Affinity Plus Credit Union, and the Inside the Bubble Hockey Show on Kare 11. Brought back in, good play by Doyle to stop it back up. Now a throw up the middle to Zuber. He gets it to center by himself, turns and dumps it back in, wants a change. And as we said, both coaches will shorten the benches tonight. We'll see a lot of 2-line hockey, line 1 and 2, as they begin to shorten the bench. Here's a chance for Cole Wyden. He brings it back in. Goes wide. Chance. Shot kicked out by Carlson as he moves the rebound to the far side. And now Jan Tichy tries to move it back out as Woodbury needs a breath. Here's Knutson down the right side. Got a man trying to go inside out. Nifty move. Got by Shabak but couldn't get any further. And now he's taken down by Hansen behind the net. Wyden out front, shot, save. Carlson in a huge one as he kicked the net off, and Carlson sharp early on here tonight as he stopped 2-point blank ones. That one from the stick of Rick Lanahan, the senior, who had a golden opportunity from about 6 feet out, and Carlson got in front of it. 9:33 to go here. First period from the Raptors Roost in Cottage Grove, Minnesota, still scoreless between Woodbury and East Ridge. And what's been a good pace so far in period number 1. Clean draw, won by the Royals. They break it back out. Here's Grosskloss, tries to go wide on Leidy, turns him up, now takes him down. Penalty coming up as the referee didn't like that takedown. Leidy played him, I thought, perfectly, closed the gap, stick in the lane, and then takes him down. It was the last part. And the Raptors playing with fire will go back to the penalty box for the second time in period number 1. And out comes the power play unit for the Woodbury Royals. 0 for 1 tonight, but a key member of the penalty killing unit, Blake Leidy, will serve 2 for holding. And the Royals will look to break open the scoring here. Shots on goal 5-4 in favor of the East Ridge Raptors. Face-off one back behind the net. Back forward goes Stouffer. He's pressured. Hansen gets it now, looks for the wraparound, throws it out front. Chance. Charlton Hodgins with a huge save. He came in. Tarleton off the point, activated. Hansen just flipped a saucer pass to him, and Hodgins just got a body block in front of it. And that one stays out as the Royals continue to press here. Grant Cohn and Jack Tauscher out to kill it off for the East Ridge Raptors as they win the drawback, but Grosskloss first to the puck back there. The sophomore's had an impressive year this year with 10 goals and 18 assists in his first year with the Woodbury Royals. Back to the point, Tarleton gets it to Schlappman, shot through traffic. That one steered wide as Hodgins got a piece of that. On the corner, Grosskloss wins the board battle. Now deep to Hansen, threw it out front. Hodgins knocked it as Tarleton again came off the far side. And that one gets back down to the zone as Conan digs it back deep. He's battled by Schlappman, taken down to the ground now. And here comes the Royals, 4 of them. Cross center ice as Grosskloss leads the rush, moves it to the middle. Nice play by Tauscher to get the stick on it. Now that one's rifled out and all the way back down. 1:02 to go in the penalty to Blake Liney. The East Ridge Raptors looking to kill off penalty number 2 here in period number 1. Long pass tipped up. Mason Rudin first into the corner. He drops it back to Albert's half boards. Back to Shabak. Turns, spins. Nice move by the senior defenseman as he buys time and space. Half boards, threw it out front. Nobody home there. Had a look for number 5, Mason Rudin, who couldn't get it. Now back in the corner. Tommy Dietrich tries to get it back, but Shabak keeps it back in again. Rudin, half boards, had all kinds of room. Now Shabak, D to Crowell. Down deep in the corner as the Raptors keep the Royals on the perimeter. 24 to go in the power play here for the Royals. Far side to Shabak. He's going to take a shot at it. Blocked nicely by Polivka, who came out and put a body in the lane. 15 to go as the Royals come back out front. Thrown right there for Dietrich, couldn't find it. And now here comes Conan. Burst of speed for the sophomore. Short-handed attempt, drives towards the net. Up front, Carlson gets the glove on it. Another good save by Cam Carlson as he whipped the glove up on another short-handed chance. And the best ones tonight for East Ridge have been on the short-handed. Now to the box comes Liney, and the Raptors have killed off penalty number 2. The Royals 0 for 2 on the power play. And back to 5-on-5 hockey with 7 minutes to go in a frantic first period here. Throw it out front, again scramble, and again Carlson knocks the net off. And I think the referee's probably going to give him a warning here, as that's the 3rd time it's been kicked off. But another good chance short-handed, this time by Blake Conan, as he breaks in alone on Carlson and was able to flip it up. Carlson got his glove on it. And shots deadlocked at 6 as both goalies have been sharp so far and challenged early and often here. 7 minutes to go, 5-on-5 hockey again. As the Liney penalty expires, Wyden turns, fires it just wide of the net. And now Moeller, long pass out for Grosskloss. Foot race, Hansen was in offside, but it gets back out. Now the Raptors are going to chip it back in. Caden Schlappman starts to rush out. He works it up the boards. Gains center ice, gets it to Moeller. Got it just past the blue line. Now here comes Grosskloss. Shot. Hodgins turns that aside and a blocker save. That one was aimed for the top shelf. Here's a pace to Knutson, who couldn't keep it by the line. And Lanahan follows it back. And now here's numbers for the Royals. 3-on-2 down the far side. Good play by Liney as his stick breaks up the pass of Grosskloss intended for Hansen. Shot blocked again by Wyden. That one comes down deep into the zone. Now Wyden gets it again, trying to get it back out and can't. This is danger for the Raptors as they've had a couple of chances to clear the zone and can't get it out. Wyden now turns and dumps it back, and icing is going to be signaled and called. And that's one Coach Dustin Vogelgesang will take for the East Ridge Raptors. Vogelgesang in his 5th year behind the helm of the East Ridge Raptors, 55-76-1. Behind the bench for the Raptors, we talked about Wes Bolin in his 19th year behind the Woodbury Royal bench. And his over 40 years of high school coaching, he has 500 wins onto his belt, 219 of them behind the bench of the Woodbury Royals. A seasoned coach here against a coach building a program here on the east side of the Twin Cities. Back in the corner, Rudin battled back there by Tauscher. Rudin comes back out, tries to find room, gets it to the half boards now. Broken back up. Mistake and a chance for Conan. In alone, 1-on-1 back to Blake Conan. Scores! Conan to Conan, 1-0 Raptors. Raptors hit the boards first as Mason Rudin came across the top of the blue line. He lost his footing, and that's all Grant Conan needed. And the speedy Conan went down with his brother, but they gave give and go back, and the sophomore Blake Conan gets goal number 7, point number 14. And the Raptors strike first on shot number 7. You can barely hear yourself thinking here. The building is so loud. The PA announcer gives the call. I'm not sure if you were able to hear it through our Kare 11 on ice mics, but it's Blake Conan, his 7th of the year assist to Grant Conan, who gets point number 38 and edges closer to that all-time East Ridge Raptors scoring record. He's now 6 points away with 4 games to go, including tonight. That one turned all the way back down, race to it. East Ridge is going to get their first icing waved off. 4:50 to go here in period number 1 as Zuber trying to get it back out, and just to the line they get it as Ivan Schmitz turns it back over. Now here comes Tichy, the Czech native. He comes in, shot on Hodgins. He's going to cover it. He's going to get a whistle out of it. And shots on goal, dead even at 8. But the Raptors able to cash first on the Conan from Conan goal. And the home team up by 1. Face-off will be to the right-hand side of Jack Hodgins. As we said, having a great season, .930 save percentage. Here's a break. Conan again. 2 of them come down again. Grant Conan this time's got it. He walks back in, throws it across, too far off the 5. Rebound! Scores! Jack Tauscher gets the rebound, and the Raptors cash again. This time Tauscher from Conan, and it's 2-0 East Ridge. Another breakdown in the Woodbury zone ends up in the back of their net. That time Conan threw it across to his brother Blake, who hit the side of the net, but Jack Tauscher follows it in and he finds the open net. And it's 2-0 as the Raptors score 2 goals in 1:10. And another point for Grant and Blake Conan. And it's 2-0 East Ridge here with 4:16 to go in period number 1. The home crowd loving it here and on their feet to the right of us here in the Kare 11 studios. Wyden hammered down the far side. Penalty coming up as Tarleton took his man up. Hodgins will go to the penalty box, and Tarleton has his hands in the air. He's wondering what happened. And that was a trolley track freight train job as the 200-pound Tarleton just ran over Wyden as he tried to clear the puck, and he'll make the dance to the plexiglass prison at the 4:02 mark, and the hole has already been dug in period number 1. And now Woodbury puts the Raptors on the power play, and they come in 28.3%. And the Raptors will bring out Tauscher, Conan, and Conan, the unit that just got the second goal. Raptors set it up. They'll put Conan at the top of the umbrella. He's got the puck now. Looks to walk down Main Street. Shot towards the net. Tipped up. Good save by Carlson. Knocked down by a high stick, and Carlson gets it again. That one, though, was going to go all the way down to the East Ridge zone as the shot came through from Grant Conan. And brother Blake tipped it out of midair and then followed it up with a high stick. That one will go down to the Raptors zone. 18 seconds into the penalty to Tarleton, who sits 2 for roughing. For the Woodbury Royals, 3:43 to go. Period number 1, the East Ridge Raptors score 2 goals, 1 minute and 10 seconds apart. The first by Blake Conan, the second by Jack Tauscher. And the Raptors lead the Battle of Woodbury 2-0. Conan tries to break it back up. Good play by Hansen, who's out here to penalty kill. He gets it. Short-handed chance for Woodbury. Shot out front. Hodgins has got it again. He closes the door as Hansen came in on a great short-handed chance. And that's the 3rd good short-handed chance. The Raptors have had 2, and now Hansen has 1. And he almost gets a shorty to get the Royals back in the game. Face-off to the right-hand side of Hodgins. It'll be Knutson against Hansen as Wes Boland puts Hansen and Grossklass, his 2 leading scorers out here on the penalty kill. Looking for maybe some kind of offense here as his Royals trail by 2 and need to get back into it. Here comes Conan. Crosses the line to the blue line. Shot off a stick. Good play by Shabak. Took away the time and space and put a stick in the lane and fired that one way up into the crowd. Souvenir puck tonight here at the Cottage Grove Ice Arena. .3:15 to go. $1:14 to go in the Tarleton penalty. Cronin back to the top of the umbrella. Now it's Knutson. He's just going to weave back down short side. Out front, Tauscher and Conan pay give and go out of the bumper spot. as the Raptors put number 9, Blake Conan, in the center. And now that one's given away. Turned and fired back down as number 29, J.J. Minor, hammers it back down. Hodgins is going to have to play it as on him was Joey Lucius, the 200-pound two-sport athlete of Woodbury. Linebacker in football came barreling down on the East Ridge goaltender. And that forces an icing call on the Raptors. A little bit out of sorts here on power play number 1. And with that, Coach Dustin Vogelgazang will put out power play unit number 2 here. With 45 to go in the Tarleton penalty. Here comes Zuber. Gains center ice. Tries to go wide on Connor Crowell. Shot saved by Carlson. Turned aside. Chase Olsen battles in the corner. Back to the point. Polifka's going to walk back in. Shot through traffic. Carlson gets the glove on it. Good save through about 6 bodies there for the Woodbury keeper. As Polifka went low corner and Carlson tracks it all the way back in. 25 seconds to go, and right back over the boards comes power play unit number 1 for the East Ridge Raptors. We said this is going to be 2-line hockey for the most part tonight, as these coaches will run their top 6 as much as they can here. Face-off won by the Royals, flipped all the way back down the ice. Shots on goal 15-9 in favor of East Ridge. And on the board, the Raptors have 2 behind Cam Carlson and lead it 2-0. 12 seconds left in the power play as Conan wheels it back out of his own zone. Goes wide, breaks it back in. Out front, chance, rebound, another chance. Carlson with 2 big saves as the Raptors trying to find goal number 3. Out of the box comes Tarleton. And a whistle blown here as there was a hand pass, and Tauscher pushed the puck in the net. And the Royals don't like it. We got a little bit of excitement here right now at the Cottage Grove Ice Arena. So a hand pass was called here on the East Ridge Raptors. It's going to cause a face-off all the way back down to the Raptors zone. At the same time, the Tarleton penalty will expire. Back to 5-on-5 hockey with 1:58 to go as the Raptors that close to putting goal number 3 on the board, and Carlson has played a good first period. Keeps it a 2-0 game. Back to the point. J.J. Minor threw it out front. Good play by Wyden to lift a stick. Now he throws it up the middle. Gets it to Lanahan, who loses an edge. And back comes Jan Tichy. At the blue line. Keeps it back in. Now Brock Alberts tries to make a move. He's absolutely clocked, and there's going to be a penalty here as Lanahan's going to get called for the trip. And I think the Brock Alberts hit's going to go by the wayside as he was absolutely dummied in a hit across the middle. But they get Knutson on a play earlier. Now the ref doesn't know who he wants. Knutson went into the box, sends him back out. Now he wants Rick Lanahan in there. And the Raptors get penalty number 3 of period number 1. And they're going to send this Royal power play back out again. We said 25.6%. So the Royals with an effective power play 0 for 2 tonight, and the Raptors continue to play with fire here. Hansen, Grosskloss, and Moeller, the number 1 unit, or check this on, Tichy goes out on the wing, and Grosskloss comes out of the pile, throws it back. Good play by Tauscher to break it back up as it gets back out to Schlattman, who's going to try to wind it back up, but Tauscher hot in pursuit on the forecheck. Schlattman will set it back up with 1:18 to go in the first period here. Now gets it to center ice, turns, rifles it around behind the glass, so it'll go back in deep for Grosskloss, who tries to set it back up. But Stouffer picks it up and turns and dumps it back down. And the Raptors, who've done a good job penalty killing tonight, including a couple good short-handed efforts, reach the 1-minute mark here of period number 1 as Tarleton leads the rush back up for Woodbury. Gains the line, now goes wide. Passes up the shot, gives it to Hansen. Shot, that one flipped just wide of the net. Comes out the other side. I don't know if Hodgins got a piece of that one or not, but it ended up on the other side now. Vene picks it back up. His backhand pass doesn't get by Tarleton, and the Royals keep it back in. Here's Hansen. Throws it across. Grosskloss off the side of the net, or Hodgins got it. Hands went up, but the puck stays out. Hodgins has it again. No goal. The puck went back. The Royals think it went in. It is in the net right now. And they wave it off as the net came off, and this one's going to be tested by Coach Wes Bolin. As Hodgins made a couple of saves out front there, and the puck ended up behind him, but the whistle blew, and the Raptors catch a break here. So Bolin gets the explanation from the official. He signaled that the net was off before it went in. He's not buying it, as you can imagine here. And with 28 seconds to go in the period, 51 on the power play, the Royals come that close to hitting the board first. Now Tarleton gets it back at the point. Hansen, far side to Crowell, goes down deep to Grosskloss. 20 to go, one-timer, shot. Hodgins with a side-to-side save, and the crowd's on its feet. The chant for number 29 comes out as he goes post to post, and Hansen just looks to the sky as Hodgins puts the glove on it. 16 seconds to go. Royals win the draw again. Back to the corner. Polifka fires it back. They get it now. 9 seconds. Grosskloss walks out front. Chance for the Royals here. Dumped just wide of the net. Now out front to Tarleton. Last chance. Hodgins tips it back through. Scores! That one hit a body going through, and the Royals score with 0.4 seconds left. The Royals strike on the power play, but there's a meeting here again as they talk about it. 0.4 seconds to go in the period, and that one bounces off someone in front and gets by Hodgins, and it's 2-1. And now the Raptors want an explanation. And the refs call it a goal. It's 2-1. And a huge goal with 0.4 to go in period number 1, and it's a 2-1 hockey game. And that draw goes down, and we're through one, and what a period of hockey here on Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11 at the end of one period of play. The East Ridge Raptors lead the Woodbury Royals by a score of 2-1. We'll be back with the call of period number 2 right after these commercials.
At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Your college experience begins with
those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Finding the skate. Here comes Steves in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11 Television, produced by MNHockeyTV. We'll give you a quick first period summary. 2 goals by the East Ridge Raptors, the first at 11:28. Number 9, Blake Conan, gets his 6th of the season with an assist to number 11, Grant Conan. That goal at even strength followed up at the 12:33 mark by Jack Tauscher. He gets his 9th of the season. Assist to Grant Conan and Blake Conan, and it was 2-0 East Ridge at the 12:33 mark. But with under 1 second left to go on the power play, Matt Tarleton finds the puck out front and gets it behind Jack Hodgins. And it's 2-1 at the end of 1 period of play here on Hockey Night in Minnesota. Again, presented by Kare 11 and MNHockey.tv. Couple shout-outs requested here. Patricia and Mason Heller watching from St. Louis, Missouri. Hearty hello from MNHockey.tv to St. Louis, Missouri tonight. And Austin Carlson, brother of Cam Carlson, tuned in up in Grand Forks, North Dakota, watching this one tonight. Reminder, Hockey Night in Minnesota, partnered for the 2nd season with Kare 11 TV, the NBC affiliate here in Minneapolis. Streams 11 games on the YouTube channel and the Kare 11 streaming app as well. 9 high school girls games from around the state, as well the Inside the Hockey Bubble show every night, Sunday night on Kare 11 and the Kare 11 streaming app. At 10 o'clock, you'll get 1 hour of Minnesota high school hockey highlights, boys and girls, top to bottom, east to west, all across the state of Minnesota. And also you can tune into the Overtime Hockey Podcast. Subscribe to it on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your hockey podcast. It is the #1 hockey podcast in the state of Minnesota. And again, Hockey Night in Minnesota brought to you by Affinity Plus Credit Union, St. Cloud State University, and the Meta Sports League. 2-1, the Raptors lead the Battle of Woodbury after 1 period of play. We'll be right back here on Hockey Night in Minnesota. Welcome back to Cottage Grove. We get ready for period number 2 here tonight between the East Ridge Raptors and the Woodbury Royals, as Chapter 2 of the Battle of Woodbury takes place. A reminder, Minnesota Hockey TV, proud sponsors of the Red Black League. Spring and fall leagues for high school boys and girls, fall leagues for bantams and peewees, and since 2014, the Red Black League has provided serious hockey players an opportunity to improve their game. You can check them out at redblackhockey.com. And as well, the Prospect Exchange. Evaluate, share, and advance to learn more about how you can create your own personal hockey recruiting profile. Seen by scouts and general managers all across North America. And you can sign up at MNHockey.tv/TPE. And finally, Empowers Performance Strength and Conditioning coach Tommy Powers provides the high-performance training and recovery you need for both elite youth and high school athletes. As a former NHL strength and conditioning coach, Tommy Powers wants to work with you one-on-one, and you can get started at empowersperformance.com. That's empowersperformance.com. Period number 2, the Royals and the Raptors about to get underway right here, and we'll be back with the call here on MNHockey.tv, brought to you by Kare 11. A busy second period intermission, or first period intermission here at the Kare 11 studios here, as a long line of people came up to look at our highlight screen here to see if that one at the end was in or not. And it looked from our camera angles like it was, but there's a lot of people here, depending on the side and the color jersey you're wearing tonight, that have their opinion on that one, but they call it a goal. And a big one at the 0.4 of a second mark. The Royals get on the board, and it's 2-1, and we got a hockey game here as we get ready for the puck drop of period number 2. The Raptors in white will go from left to right on your screen, and the Royals in their visiting powder blue will go from right to left, and we are underway here from Cottage Grove. Right off the bat, they come in. Grosskloss takes it back into the corner. He's met there. Behind the net, Elliott tries to wield it back out. Schlappman pinches in to keep it back in, and now cross-ice pass to Grosskloss. He fires a save, rebound, Hodgins. Out front, scores! Ethan Hansen ties it for Woodbury. Ethan Hansen gets goal number 19 as Grosskloss shot stopped by Hodgins. Rebound comes out front. And the Raptors left the dangerous Hansen all alone in the crease, and he puts it behind him, and the Royals get another one. 21 seconds into period number 2, and we're deadlocked at 2 here. And like we said, no matter the records, no matter the place, East Ridge and Woodbury, always a battle, and we've got one here as we're tied at 2 early in period 2. In the corner, the Royals, they search for more, get it back towards the net. Polifka loses an edge, and the Royals push back in. At the point, shot tipped back through. Polifka is able to block it, and the Raptors on their heels now as the Royals make a push. Tarleton throws his body into Conan and back down into the zone now. Schlappman high off the glass, kept in, but just for a second. Here comes Rudin. 2-on-1 for the Royals down the right side. Shot, Hodgins got it, holds it, rebound. Came back out for a second, and now he's got it, but a penalty. Coming back up to the Raptors again, and the Woodbury crowd comes to its feet as the East Ridge Raptors will go to the box for the 4th time tonight. And Grant Conan, the leading scorer, will make his trip to the plexiglass prison. And the Royals, who have the last 2, will go back to the power play tonight. 1 for 3 on the power play and looking to take their first lead of the evening. Draw one back. Hansen, Grosskloss, and Tichy out here on the power play. Far side to get it to Grosskloss, top of the dot. He goes back to Tarleton. Shot, Hodgins kicks that one out wide as Tarleton came in off the backside. And now Grosskloss will look to set it back up on the half boards. Back to Schlappman. Now Tarleton. Top of the umbrella. Back to Grosskloss. And he goes short side as Lanahan and Knutson out to kill this one off. Shot, Hodgins steers out wide as Hansen right in front of him. Now behind the net, Hansen looks to set it back up. Tichy in the blue paint trying to get in front of Hodgins. Dump back in. Now Hansen will get it back behind the net as the Royals have worked it well for the first 40 seconds of the power play. Now Knutson breaks it back out. He tries to dump it back in. Carlson will turn it to the far side. And that one's back in the zone with 1:05 to go in the penalty to Grant Conan. 2-2 here. Hansen with the equalizer. 21 seconds into the period. And the Royals and Raptors deadlocked here. Here comes Tarleton. He walks it back up. The sophomore for Woodbury sets it, throws it out front, trying to get to the one-timer. Hansen was there for it. And now Lucius tries to get it, but Lanahan turns and dumps it. Now he'll go to the bench for a breath, and the Raptors will get new penalty killers back out. 37 to go in the Royal power play. 14:30, period number 2. Down in the corner, behind the net, Tommy Dietrich goes for it. Back to the point to Shabak. He'll go half forwards, back to Dietrich. Turns, spins in the corner as Vene pressures him, gets a hand off the stick. Could have been called for holding there. Lucky the Raptors didn't go down 2. And back out to the neutral zone it goes as Crowell throws it around. 9 seconds left in the Conan penalty. The Royals will try one more push. Hodgins is going to come out of his own net and fired it. Didn't see his man on the other side. That was fortunate as Dietrich came in. And now Conan out of the box. The Raptors kill off the penalty. And the Royals go 1 for 4 on the penalty kill, or the power play tonight. Lucius behind the net, wraps it back around. The Royals with a press here in period number 2 as they've been the stronger offensive team so far in the first 3:15. Tauscher trying to dig it back out. Now in the corner, Simic back to the point. Crowell far side over to Schlattman, who just rifles it back around. And the Royals right now just setting court up in the Raptors zone. Tauscher pins his man back in. Simic comes in to help, but out of it comes Lucius on the boards. Check at number 10, that's Zerniak. Loose puck gets to the stick of Conan. He turns and gets it to center ice, but the Royals just clog up the neutral zone and come right back with it as Schlattman turns and dumps it back in. Hodgins tried to play it, got through him, and all the way back around to the boards. Shot towards the net, scramble in front. Hodgins turned it away as Zerniak put it on net. Stouffer, dangerous pass up the middle. Shabak corrals it back in. Now on the half board, Simic puts it back in, and now Zerniak behind the net as the Royals just keep the fins up here. Shot tipped on the way through, but blocked, and now Zuber tries to get it. And again, the Royals just dominant here in the first 6 minutes of period number 2. Conan now winds it back out of his own zone. He gets hammered as he goes across. His Moeller gets a piece of him. And back the other way come the Raptors, or come the Royals. Here's Hansen. He's got the equalizer. Back behind the net. Turns him inside out. Luke's puck at the corner. Hodgins has got it. They slam away at it. He puts his glove on it. And now Vene puts Moeller in a headlock, and the referee warns him. And that's the last thing the Raptors need right now is another penalty, as they've had 4 of the 5 tonight. And the Royals have cashed in already on 1. Coach Dustin Vogelgazang goes to the bench. He needs a change here, as it's been a hectic first period here as the first 5 shots of the period on Hodgins. And one's got behind him already. It's 2-2. Hansen on the draw as the Royals definitely have the momentum right now. Back to the point. Schlattman gets around Lanahan, walks it in. Shot Hodgins, steers that up into the netting as that one was aimed for the top corner. And right now, the Raptor goalie under siege here with 12:05 to go, period number 2. Knutson on the draw against Grossklass, and the Raptors are able just to get it outside the blue line, but that's as far as it goes. As Schlattman now walks it back to the half boards. He's bodied there. Wyden makes a play on him for East Ridge and tries to get it back out, but can't. And now finally will carry it back out. Here's Lanahan. He'll bring it to center for East Ridge as they cross the line. Shot from way out, and Carlson going to handle that all day long as that one from 45. Handled with ease by the Woodbury goaltender. 11:42 to go in what's been a wild one tonight from Cottage Grove, Minnesota. 2-2 in the Battle of Woodbury. East Ridge jumped out front 2-0, and the Royals have clawed back with goals by Tarleton and Hansen, and we're deadlocked at 2. That one flipped up into the Raptor bench, and we'll try that one again to the right side of Cam Carlson. As we said, huge ramifications here, both in the Suburban East Conference, but more importantly, Section 4 AA playoff rankings, as both these teams looking for that coveted 5th spot in that 4-5 matchup, which will be an easier one clearly than the 2-7. Back into the corner. Royals turn it back in. Bodies fly. Albert's got upended, and Tauscher picks up the loose puck, and he goes far side now to Conan. To the line, gets it through to Grant Conan, breaks it on net. Good save, Carlson. Didn't know where it was, but he made the save as Grant Conan tried to go 5-hole. And Carlson makes the save, and fortunate as it floated behind him in the blue paint, and nobody from the East Ridge Raptors there to knock it home. Tauscher to lean into the draw for East Ridge against Mason Rudine for the Woodbury Royals. Thrown out front. Tauscher had a crack at it, went just wide of the net, and now Conan puts it back in as the Raptors trying to put their best pressure on in period number 2. Tauscher half boards, taken down, no call. Rudine got a hold of him. The Raptors bench wanted one, but they won't get it. And now here comes Lucius to the line. Shot fired way wide of the net. Huge hit on the boards as Polifka in the backside takes his man out, and the physicality picks up in this one. Long pass for Conan too far. It's going to be icing on East Ridge. And we'll get fresh lineups from both teams here as we go back down 200 feet to the left-hand side of Raptor goaltender Jack Hodgins. The Raptors make a last change here. The Royals not happy about it, but that's their right. They're the home team here tonight. Shot from the point. Wide. Hodgins lets that one go wide. In the corner. Joey Moeller works on it. Out of it comes Lucas Stouffer, but Moeller with a good forecheck, pressuring Stouffer the whole way up. Now he finds Knutson, crosses the line. Turn, chip, and chase for East Ridge. Widen on the half boards. Back to the point. Elliott shot through traffic, hit bodies. Ends up on the stick of a Royal, and Hansen now finds Grosskloss behind the line. In he walks. Hansen tied up. That's going to be a penalty to the East Ridge Raptors. And no, there's not a call, as Hansen was taken down heavily there, and the Raptors catch a break as Hansen went through the middle, and no call there. Schlattman behind the net catches the Raptors in a tough change here. They break it back to the line, and in they come down the far side. Schottman throws it across, trying to get it. The one-timer to Joey Moeller, and that didn't connect. Now Grosskloss, the sophomore, stays on it, throws it out front. Hodgins got a stick on it, or that was right on Moeller's tape. In the garden spot, 5 or 6 feet out. Here comes Schmitz. The freshman gets it back to Olsen. Shot again, Carlson handles it, and Schmitz made a beeline for the net. Shot number 21, saved by Cam Carlson. Now the Royals are going to get the last change here. They want to match up line 3 against line 3 in the rear shift. Back to the point, Leidy. Shot blocked, and a good play by number 19, Tommy Dietrich, as he went prone. Dumped back in behind the net. Carlson's going to play it back up on the boards. Tichy turns, chips it, and now the Royals break it out to the line. Here comes Brock Alberts in alone. Out front, Hodgins covers it back up. And Alberts goes for a ride as that one thrown across, and Alberts on a nice rush. Tried to get it across to Tommy Dietrich, but Hodgins got the glove on it first. And 9:07 to go. Dustin Vogelgesang will exercise his home arena rights and make the change here. He wants his first lineup here against the second line of the Woodbury Royals as Tauscher leans in against Tichy at the draw. Shabak at the point. Hodgins missed it. Shook it as it came back through. He lost sight of it, got a piece of it, but it went just wide of the corner. Tauscher battles it back down deep. Bodies fly as Tauscher wins the battle, and out of the pile comes Conan with a burst of speed. Tries to go wide, digs towards the net, brings it back in, flips it up high. Shabak came back, angled him perfectly for the Woodbury Royals, and that one flies high over the net. Long pass across. Dietrich dumped it back in. Now the Royals will make a change. 5 fresh jerseys in blue come over the bench. Gonzaga, long throw up, tipped. Icing waved off as Conan got a piece of it, and behind the net, back forward goes Lucius. He bangs into Blake Conan. His bodies collide deep in the Woodbury zone. And this one has started heavily, and the physicality's calmed down a little bit as the boys settle back in here. Quick pass up to boards. Rudine turns, dumps it. Hodgins tries to get to it, couldn't. Patrick Healy went back for it. And now Blake Leidy. Battle back in the corner in Woodbury as they have all period number 2. Strong on the forecheck here. They chip it back out. Now Conan's going to be 1-on-5, and he's going to dump it and get to the boards here. And the Royals, if they're quick, can get a long stretch pass, but instead they go out the long side there, and maybe a good opportunity blown. Knutson picks up the puck, shot blocked. Nice one on the way back through as number 25, Crowell, got his body in the way, and now Wyden on the boards. Got it back to Elliott, who rimmed it back, and now on the far side, Leidy's going to come back in. He throws it towards the net. Steered aside by the Royals defense, and now they turn and flip it back down. Going to be icing called here, and behind the play, a heavy hit. The Royals fans won a penalty as Rick Lanahan laid out Patrick Healy, but the refs have put the arms down for the time being. 6 penalties in the game, 5 of them to the East Ridge Raptors, only 1 to the Woodbury Royals. And now the referees are going to talk about this one. Icing was the call on the Woodbury Royals. And after all that deliberation, Coach Dustin Volug is saying not happy. As that faceoff comes outside the Woodbury line. Brandon Muth pressures it. Now Lanahan back down inside. Hansen works it on the boards. Long stretch pass gets to Grosskloss. He brings 2 Royals to the line, tries to come across, lost the handle of it as he came across the middle. Scramble out front, shot save Hodgins as Lanahan coughed it up, and that was danger, Will Robinson as they came across the middle. Now Knutson drives it back in, save Carlson, turned wide. Polifka off the boards. Flips it up to center now. Here they come again, Grosskloss. He's been strong all game, walks it in. Hodgins with a shot. He bobbled that one too. It's a couple he's bobbled in the period here. Grosskloss gets it again, back to the point. Tarleton keeps it in. He's met with a hit by Muth. And now down in the corner, they throw it out the front. Too far for Muth off the side of Tarleton. The Royals get it back just inside the zone, but Polifka's got control of it, fires it long pass, trying to get it up for Lanahan, but J.J. Minor got to it first. This has been the story for most of the second period here. The Royals, the faster team in the puck races, and they have 2 goals to show for it. Long pass up. Moeller threw it across. Nobody home there, and the Raptors just happy to get it back out to the neutral zone, where the Royals will just regroup and fire it right back in again. Down deep, 2-on-1, chance out front. They throw it. It was there for Tichy. He couldn't finish. Back behind the net to chase it in again. Dietrich battling back there with Leidy as Olsen comes in. And now with a check, Brock Alberts comes in. He walks out with it. Alberts side of the net. Hodgins got a piece of it, and it's rocked again back down. And this time they're going to throw it. Outside the line here as the Royals are deemed to have tucked that one off. I'm going to say Brock Alberts knocked the net off, and the faceoff will go just outside the line. Shots on goal, 22-21. Scoring the board, 2-2. You can't get more even than that in the Battle of Woodbury. And it's been a barn burner so far in the first 27 minutes of this one. 5:06 to go here in period number 2. The Royals have been the more dominant team in period number 2. But we remain deadlocked. Conan fires it for Grant Conan, and each and every time number 11 touches the puck, the Royals just collapse on him. Hodgins gets it. He's going to rifle it around the glass, trying to get it to Blake Conan, who trip and chases, and now Tauscher comes back out with a burst of speed. He's met by Shabak, who doesn't let him get by the line. And now on a dump in, the Raptors will try to chase it. Shabak got into the line no further, though, and that one careens all the way over to the far side to Joey Moeller, who dumps it back in. The Royals will make changes to 3 of the 5 players on the ice as Moeller maintains the forecheck, and now Tauscher tries to go back out. His pass not intended for Ethan Hansen, but that's where it ends up, and he comes in on Hodgins, and Hodgins makes the save. At the point, dump back in again. Hansen, he's got the tying goal here. Coughs it back up, and now Conan dumps it. Here's a chance for Grant Conan. He goes wide. Tarleton pressures him into the corner. Conan around the net, throws it back to the point. Elliott goes backhand, forehand, just dumps it back down to Blake Conan. Out front, Grant Conan gets it back in the corner, pressured by Schlappman, so he reverse cycles it back to Blake Conan and gets back to the point. Shot blocked on the way through. Royals pick it back up, in a tired East Ridge lineup here needs a change. They go now in a tough change as the puck gets back into their zone. Leidy, with nobody to go to, just rifles it off the boards and can't get it out. East Ridge there fortunate as Blake Leidy went back forward. All 4 of his fellow line mates came down. Here's Brandon Muth, throws it out front. Rebound, chance, Leidy, scramble. No idea where the puck is. It's right there, and nobody can find it. As Carlson thought he had it, and it was sitting on the other side by the red dot. Here they come back. Leidy with a good back check as he pulls it up. You don't see that much, and a huge hit and a penalty coming up to Woodbury as Blake Leidy's taken in heavy. He's down and slow to get up, and Joey Moeller is going to go for 2 here, maybe more, as Blake Leidy, in a critical part of the Raptors' defense, is slow to get up and holding the back of his head. That one might be 5, and I think Coach Dustin Vogelgesang will argue for that. That was a heavy hit. The ref's talking at center ice, and that generally means it's in play, and Leidy now back to his feet. And we'll see what the call is here. And it's going to be 5, I believe, on Joey Moeller and the East Ridge Raptors. We'll wait for the clock to show it, and there it is. 5-minute major for Borden and the East Ridge Raptors. We'll get a break here, and we'll go to the power play with 3:10 to go in period number 2. 0 for 1 tonight on the power play in a deadlock game tied 2-2, and our concern with Blake Leidy is he's coming off the ice now. He'll be seen here by the Twin Cities Orthopedics EMT on staff here, and as is usual in Minnesota hockey, he'll look for concussion protocol and anything else that might be ailing him. So Leidy will have to sit out now where he's administered some medical attention. On the power play, Raptors trying to come back out again. Tauscher trying to wrap it around and couldn't. And back into the zone goes Conan. It'll be Conan and Polifka on the point for the East Ridge Raptors, and up front, Blake Conan, Brady Knutson, and Jack Tauscher. Tauscher's got one of them, and he's got the puck on his stick right now. Blake Conan has the other, and he throws it back to Grant Conan. Top of the umbrella, Conan tries to walk down Main Street, short side, one-timer, blocked on the way through by Caden Schlappman, as Knutson had eyes on it, and Schlappman blocked the lane. 2:25 to go here, second period. And the Raptors on a 5-minute man advantage. Here comes Conan. Chips it across to Polifka. Aiden Grosskloss. And Patrick Healy out. Scores! Knutson on the one-timer. Backdoor play, and it's 3-2 Raptors. Brady Knutson gets goal number 9, point number 21, and the Raptors, $1.05 into the 5-minute major, take the lead again as they go 1 for 2 on the power play, and a huge goal for the hometown Raptors at 2:05 here of period number 2, and they regain the lead after a dominant second period here by the Woodbury Royals. Raptors still on the power play. They're going to bring out the second power play unit here, or a combination thereof, as they'll have Muth, Wyden, and Rick Lanahan out here, and Jack Elliott and Jake Gonzaga on the point while they rest that first power play unit back up. And I'm sure Dustin Vogelgazang will run them back out before this period is done. Here comes Gonzaga. Chips it off the boards, not deep enough though, and threw it back, and that was dangerous as Elliott wanted to change. And fortunate that that wasn't picked up by the Royals. It could have been a shorthanded opportunity. Here's Elliott. He's pinned back in by Hansen. The leading scorer for Woodbury with one tonight, looking for the shorthanded goal. Gonzaga throws it back up. Dumped back in. Muth will chase it. 1:13 to go as Shabbat goes back into the corner. He rifles it around. Got it to the boards, and now the Royals got it back out as Conan back on the ice, just turns and dumps it back in. Didn't get in though. Hit a Royal on the way back through, and they turn and dump it back through as we're under 1 minute here in period number 2. The Raptors remain on the power play with a 3-2 lead. Here comes Conan. Up to Leidy. Half boards to Knutson. Out front, Tauscher was in alone. He couldn't handle the feed from Knutson. Schlappman buries him back into the boards, and Knutson tries to look at it. Can't flip it out. Good play by Knutson. He's got the go-ahead goal and a good check there. Gets it back to Leidy. Shot, saved by Carlson. Rebound, scramble, wide of the net, and off it comes again. And they're going to say it was East Ridge that pushed it off and send it all the way back down, as that net's been a cause for concern tonight. That one came off on Woodbury's goal, but the puck crossed the line first, and that time Carlson pushes it off. And the East Ridge bench is livid and talking about Cam Carlson knocking the net off. That's 3 or 4 times. If my lip reading is good, and I'm not saying it is, that's what they look at from the gestures. The faceoff will come back outside with 26 seconds to go here in period number 2, and off the draw. Here comes Patrick Healy. Back to the point. J.G. Miner goes side to Schlappman. Broken up. 14 to go. Here comes Conan. One last chance for the Raptors. Back to Knutson. Walks in. Shot. Save Carlson. Another chance. Conan's got it back in with 7 to go. 5 seconds left. He's not aware of the clock. Now he turns. Fires. Hits a man out front. Schlappman blocks it. And we come to zeros, and I'm on a breath here after a feverish second period. And we're through 34 minutes. The Raptors on a power play goal by Brady Knutson late in period 3 take the lead, and that's where we stand at the end of 2 periods of play. East Ridge 3, Woodbury 2, and we'll be back with the call of period number 3. You're watching Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11 TV.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Your college experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
They say good things come to those who wait. But greatness, that's a different beast. It doesn't come when it's called. It won't wander up to those who do nothing. You have to bait it with the sweat you leave on the ice. You gotta push through the pain, smile through every ache, and suffer every shift. You gotta chase it, all in the name of the game you love. Because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Oh, he can skate. Here comes Steve's in on goal all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Welcome back to Cottage Grove Ice Arena as we get ready for period number 3 here on Hockey Night in Minnesota. Presented by Kare 11 and produced by MNHockey.tv. A quick second period summary. At the 21-second mark, Ethan Hansen ties it up at even strength for the Woodbury Royals with assist to Aiden Grossklaas into number 3, Matt Tarleton. And the Royals, who control play for the majority of period number 2, take a 5-minute major penalty assessed to Joey Lucius. And the Raptors cash in on it as Brady Knutson at the 14:55 mark gets his 8th goal of the year assist to Grant Conan. And to Davis Polifka for Grant Conan, point number 3 of the night, which brings him to 40 on the year and only 4 points behind the all-time East Ridge record. The Raptors lead it by 1 at the end of 2, 3-2. Heading into period number 3, and they'll still be on the power play for $1.50 as the teams come back to the ice. A reminder, Hockey Night in Minnesota presented by Kare 11. Brought to you by the Red Black League. Spring and fall leagues for high school boys and girls. Fall leagues from Bantam to Pee Wee. And since 2014, the Red Black League has provided serious hockey players with an opportunity to improve their game. It's the Red Black Hockey League. Check them out at redblackhockey.com. And as well by the Prospect Exchange. You can evaluate, share, and advance. Learn more about how you can create your own personal hockey player profile to be seen by scouts and general managers across North America. You can do it at MNHockey.tv/TPE. That's MNHockey.tv/TPE. Also brought to you by Empowers Performance, high performance training and recovery for elite youth and high school players. Led by veteran NHL head strength and conditioning coach Tommy Powers. Get started today with Tommy Powers at EmpowersPerformance.com. Hockey Night in Minnesota, again, invites you to watch the Inside the Bubble Hockey Show, weekly highlight program all about Minnesota boys and girls high school hockey. It can be seen 10 o'clock every Sunday evening. The 1-hour program features the best games and the highlights and best players across the state of Minnesota on Kare 11, Kare 11 Plus, the Kare 11 streaming app, and on the YouTube channel at MNHockey.tv and Kare 11. It's the Inside the Bubble Highlight Hockey Show, brought to you by MNHockey.tv. Period number 3 about to get underway here from Cottage Grove Arena. Teams change and shots on goal 27-23 in favor of the East Ridge Raptors to score on the board. 3-2 for the team in white. As we have 17 minutes left in the Battle of Woodbury, it'll be a barn burner to the end. I promise you that. It always is when these two teams meet. And the Raptors on the power play for the first $1.50 of period number 3. They lose the draw. Grossklaas fires it back out. Hodgins is going to cover it as it comes off the glass hard. And 9 seconds in, we'll get a draw to the left-hand side of the Raptor goaltender. Joey Moeller in the box, 5-minute boarding major where the Raptors have already cashed in one. Has 1:37 left to sit as Grant Conan comes out to the blue line. Now breaks it back in with speed, goes around Tarleton. Conan, half boards, looks for some help, gets it backside to Leidy now. Shot, tip back through, scramble in front, still there. Carlson's got it as Tauscher banged at it, and a big save by Carlson to start period number 3. As Tauscher that close to the goal number 4, but Carlson puts the wall up. "30 seconds into period number 3 here from the Cottage Grove Ice Arena. Back to the point, Knutson keeps it back in. On the penalty kill, Joey Lucius. And number 13, Patrick Healy. Up front here for the Woodbury Royals. Good play back down deep. That's number 29, J.J. Miner, who got a stick on it. But the Raptors dig it back out. Here's Conan. He threw it back out. Tipped out by Healy, who gives it chase. And he'll chase Conan back in, who will wind it back up. 58 seconds left in the power play as Conan tries to go through. All by himself, throws it in on Carlson, who just holds it against the pipe. And Conan will draw a face-off. 1 minute into period number 3 here. And the Raptors on the power play for another 51 seconds, leading it 3-2. Tauscher at the draw against Hansen. One back. Conan far side to Polifka. Back to Conan. Short side. Knutson shot, scores! Top shelf. Brady Knutson laser beam over the glove of Grant of Cam Carlson, and it's 4-2 East Ridge. Brady Knutson with an absolute laser beam. That seeing eye shot gets through traffic, and I don't think Cam Carlson even saw it as it came in. And it goes top shelf, and this 5-minute power play is bearing fruit now for the Raptors as they get goal number 2 on the power play and restore the 2-goal lead. It's 4-2 now for the East Ridge Raptors. At the blue line, Raptors trying to dump it back in, can't get it by. Healy goes back on Hodgins. He'll just play it to the side. And out comes Polifka. Dumps it to Gonzaga. Half boards picked up by Tarleton. 3-on-1 back the other way. Short-handed. Here comes Tarleton. Shot blocked by Polifka. Good play by number 24, the junior, who breaks up a dangerous play as the Royals had eyes on a short-handed goal. Here comes Lanahan down the far side. Out of the box comes Moeller. His 5-minute major has expired, but the Raptors cashed twice. And Brady Knutson own both of them, as it's now 4-2 East Ridge. Early on in period number 3. Tichy hard on the boards, battles Lanahan down for it. Stouffer back around behind the net, gets it to Elliott, who tries to get it back out. Now a long pass for Lanahan went through him, and fortunate that it did, as number 12 Brock Alberts was coming through and had freight train whistle blowing as he had eyes on Rick Lanahan. And Hodgins now will just snag that one and cover it, get a whistle here and tone it back down as it got a little scrambly there for the Raptors on a good play by Tarleton, who came down in a 2-on-1, and a good play by Polifka to break that back up. Well, the Royals were in business. Face off, one back, Shabak. Good play to break it back down and turn it deep to the corner. Alberts goes low. Tauscher now flips it back up. Conan just gets it to the neutral zone, and the Royals get hold of it again. Here comes Tauscher, 3-on-2, far side. Grant Conan walks in, out front, scramble. Nice play by Shabak. He cleared the zone as it sat in the blue paint. And the Woodbury senior with a grade A defensive play. Up the middle, nice feed as they start it back out. Here comes Alberts. He's got Dietrich with him. Comes across, he's freight trained. That light in front of you may be a train, or it may be Blake Conan. And Conan absolutely puts Brock Alberts on his back, and that one will go to the bench. And the East Ridge crowd on his feet to the right of us here in the Kare 11 studios as sophomore Blake Conan lays a pounding on Patrick Healy. And Healy goes to the bench. And he's going to get some attention right now as the Raptors throw the weight around here early in period number 3. 13:53 to go. And the Raptors on the back of 2 power play goals, 1 late in period number 2, and then another here by Knutson in period number 3, have a 4-2 lead. Rudin down to Lucius in the corner. Chases it back in. That's Patrick Healy. He trying to get him out the boards, and now picked up by Wyden, who throws it back out. His blind pass fortunate to get back out where Tarleton just turns and rifles it back in. Tarleton for Woodbury fires it back into Leidy, who plays it back deep. Giveaway. Rudin's got a chance as Polifka's pass ill-advised through the Royal Road right out front, and the Raptors, again, fortunate that that didn't end up in the back of their net. Shot, that one fired wide. I don't think Carlson saw it as it didn't miss the net by much, as Ivan Schmitz, the freshman, turned it in. At the point, Knutson, he's having a game tonight. He's got 2, fires it back in, and he's now under the watchful eye of the Woodbury Royals, who give him a slash each and every time he touches the puck. Turned and dumped back down. Hansen was down there too far for him, though, and we'll get icing at 12:48. And a face-off to the left-hand side of Cam Carlson. Brady Knutson at the draw. He'll go head-to-head here with Ethan Hansen, and Hansen, who's been good on the draws all night, wins that one. Set play goes all the way around. Jack Elliott couldn't chase it. And he better get on his horse as Joey Moeller's back there. Good hustle by the Woodbury forward. Gets to it first. Grossclass next in, out front. Throw it out front to Healy. Chance shot. Saved by Hodges. It went just wide. It hit a body on the way through, and he got a blocker on it. Back behind the net. Hansen is his top line for Woodbury. He's been all around the East Ridge goal tonight. Drop it back. Minor, half boards. Hansen shot whistled high, and Moeller was right in front there as he had the screen on Hodgins. Now Elliott tries to get it back as the Raptors in a bit of trouble here. Leidy throws it back out, and they clear the zone. Icing waved off, and the Raptors will make changes here to the defensive unit as Minor wheels it back out of his own zone. Tape to Grossclass. Too far for Hansen, who keeps it back in though. Now Knutson tries to wind it back up. The Raptors a little sloppy in their own zone here, but now Conan's got it. He drives it down the far side, tries to bring it out front. Carlson's got it. It's under him somewhere, and he holds it at the 11:40 mark. We said full house tonight, 1,178 tickets sold. That's as many as they can get in here before the fire marshal has something to say about it. And it's been a good one from start to finish here tonight. The Raptors jumped out to a 2-0 lead before the Royals clawed back to tie it at 2, and 2 power play goals by Brady Knutson. The difference right now, it's 4-2 East Ridge. Out front, Zerniak trying to move it. Almost got it through, but couldn't. Now a foot race. Here comes Tauscher battling with Tarleton down in the corner, and Tarleton, the 200-pound sophomore, works his muscle to take the puck away. Zerniak looked for the centering pass, couldn't get it by Conan, but stays with it now. Zerniak drop pass. Dietrich gonna take a shot. That one's blocked on the way through by Stouffer, and Zerniak has it behind. He had ideas in the wraparound. Goes back to the point to Minor. Shot through traffic, blocked again. The Raptors get another one. As this time Blake Koning puts his body in the way of harm. Tauscher behind the net, under pressure from Tichy. And again, the Raptors just trying to get it out of their own zone against his heavy forecheck that the Royals put on, and in period 2 really owned the play. Behind the net, Hodgins leaves it back there. Chipped on the boards. Nice play by Conan to get it back out. He gets it to Schmitz, and Conan will now go to the bench for a breath. Schmitz goes wide, tries to get around Shabak, throws it out front. Chance for Chase Olsen was there, and he couldn't find it. Now Olsen hauled down to the ground, no call, as number 13, Patrick Healy, escapes a penalty. Shabak turns, dumps it in. Hodgins is going to play it now to the corner as Mason Rudin came in on him. 10:02 to go here, period number 3. The Raptors up by 2. Leidy off the boards, gets over the outstretched hands of Connor Crowell, and is going to go for icing as it crosses the line. And with 9:52, we'll go back to the right-hand side of goaltender Jack Hodgins. And a reminder, Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11, produced by MNHockeyTV, is proudly sponsored by St. Cloud State University, the Affinity Plus Credit Union, the Meta Sports League, the Inside the Bubble High School Hockey Show, and the Overtime Hockey Podcast, both presentations of Kare 11 and MNHockey.tv. Glad you joined us tonight all across the state of Minnesota and across the United States. We said we've got fans calling us in from Missouri, North Dakota, all over the place. We hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. The Battle of Woodbury never fails, and tonight they've treated us so far to 40-plus minutes of entertaining hockey with the Raptors up by 2. Knutson breaks it through the middle, 1-on-5. He's got the hot hand. He's got the last 2 for the East Ridge Raptors. Takes it back into the corner. Grossclass picks it up behind the net. He's going to try to wheel it back out. Dangerously does so right in front of his net, but with speed he hits Brandon Muth. Freight train against freight train. They both go down as 2 big boys collide. And now Knutson picks up the puck. Shot just wide of the net. Down deep, Knutson looks for the wraparound. Got it, Carlson. Good save. He clicked the left pad out and stopped Knutson looking for the hat-trick goal. Here comes Moeller. Shot down. Hodgins is just going to grab that. No problem. But what a save by Cam Carlson, as Brady Knutson with purpose came out trying to go far side of the tuck-in. And Cam Carlson clips out the right flipper and gets it down to make the save. Shot number 33 of the night, as the Raptors now lead 33-25 on shots on goal. And the score on the board, 4-2 for the team in white on home ice, looking for their 11th win of the season. Polifka off the boards, gets it to Knutson. Chips it off the boards to Cronin. He tries to go wide. He gets by his man in Minor. Goes by Shabak with a good play to go prone. Got in the way of Cronin's line. Now back to the point. Stouffer fires it towards the net. Blocked by Minor. Long pass. They had a man for the stretch. Tommy Dietrich. And his pass didn't connect. He gets all the way down on Hodgins, who will cover it back up. But a good play by Cole Shabak. As he went prone, he stopped Grant Cronin, and that just basically turned the whole turn of the tides as Minor then threw it long for number 19, Tommy Dietrich. It was almost a breakaway for the Woodbury forward. 8:38 to go here. Hansen against Knutson, as we said. It was going to be two-line hockey, and both coaches have significantly shrunk the benches now as the number one line for Woodbury. Out here looking to pull the Royals back into it. Dump down, Schlappman's got it. Pressured by Brandon Muth. Muth been physical all period, and he takes another play. Steals the puck in the meantime. Out for Knutson, who tries to go hand to glove. He put his hand on it, closed the puck, and we're going to get a face-off outside as the Royals fans here come to their feet. They wanted a penalty. Instead, it's going to cost them 200 feet. And we're going to face off to the right side of Jack Hodgins with 8:18 to go here in the Battle of Woodbury. No one's left here yet tonight. And now the refs are going to talk about it again. It's not a 200-foot icing. It's just an outside the zone. That's the correct call here. And we'll get the draw just outside the Woodbury zone with 8:18 to go here. Knutson, Lanahan and Muth out here against the top line of Moeller. Gross-Klaas and Hansen. Hodgins gets it, left it behind for Hansen, who tried to rebound it. That was a misconnection, as Hodgins thought somebody was coming, and it was Hansen who probably told him to leave the puck for him, and lucky for the Raptor goaltender that didn't get in behind him. Here comes Knutson, long pass up. Caught inside is Lanahan, has to clear the zone, so Knutson's just going to circle back now, turn and dump it, but it's a break. Hansen's got room, comes down the far side, taken down by Gonzaga. As the referees have let him play hockey here after the 5-minute major to Moeller. No penalties since, and there could have been a couple, including one right there on Jake Gonzaga. Long pass up. Hansen's coming in. 2-on-1 for the Royals. Far side tipped away, and Hansen maybe gave up a glorious scoring chance for an unselfish pass to Gross-Klaas. And I think he knows it now as Hansen looks down to the ice. Heads up play by the captain. He looked to feather it across to his super sophomore. And instead, Gross-Klaas not able to get much on it, and it trickles in on Hodgins, who makes the save. The third line now out for Coach Dustin Vogel-Gazang. Interesting, he goes a little deeper here into the lineup at 7 minutes to go. That's trust in his East Ridge Raptor lineup. Long pass up to Wyden. He gets it across. Gets it to the line. Good play by Wyden to get it back in deep. Shabak will give it chase. And as well, Schmitz will get to the corner, but the Royals will come out with it. Good forecheck by Chase Olsen, pins him back. Another one by Schmitz. Almost stopped him, but they turn and dump it back in. So now Stouffer goes into the corner. Behind the net to Gonzaga. He couldn't pick it back up, and Joey Lucius gets control for Woodbury. Shot. That one's wide of the net. Hodgins might have got a piece of it, but it whistled wide anyways. Here comes Caden Schlappman, the sophomore, number 6, who's logged a lot of ice time tonight for the Woodbury Royals. Dumps it in. Gonzaga to Wyden. They get it back out. Schmitz picks it back up. Got his head down. Better have a look inside as he's worked towards the line, and now Schlappman moves him to the boards. But a good shift here by the third line of East Ridge to kill critical minutes off, and on good forecheck by Schmitz, Wyden, and Olsen here. It allows the top line for East Ridge to get a breath, and they come back out. Dumped in, saved by Hodgins as it comes back in. And behind the net, Davis Polifka, co-captain, junior number 24, wheels it back out. Cronin dumps it, got it to Minor, who stopped it at the blue line. Now Gross-Klaas pinned into the boards by Cronin, who throws his weight around. He's got 3 apples on the night. Now he's got a thundering check to go with it. Shot saved by Carlson. He went the wrong way and made a good save. As he was going, the puck was tipped back. 5:44 to go here from the Raptors' roost, home of the East Ridge Raptors. They lead it by 2. Tauscher turns, dumps it back in. Carlson goes back, stops it, got in his skate, still couldn't find it, and Minor goes back and saves him. Long pass up the middle, gets to Hansen. Burst of speed for the captain. Elliott tries to pinch him. He stays with it, though. Got a man out front. Hansen chips it. In the blue paint, they scramble. Can it get in? They keep it in for just for a second. Now Conan, one-on-one with Minor. Grant Conan, shot off the pipe. He almost makes it a 3-goal lead as Conan goes off the outside of the pipe on Carlson. At the blue line, Knutson picks it back up. Now he turns and dumps it back in. We're under 5 to go here in the Battle of Woodbury, as Conan almost got his first of the night and 4th point. But he hits the pipe. Now a breakaway. Dietrich down the other way. Shot safe. Hodgins kicks it back out as the East Ridge goalie shows you why he's the leading goaltender in the conference, as he makes save number 28. In the corner, Schlattman picks it back up. It's freewheeling now as these teams open it back up here. 4:32 to go. Woodbury's going to throw everything they have and more as they try to get back in this one. Lanahan on the delayed offside takes it back into his own zone, and Leidy will just kill precious seconds behind his own net. Pass up the middle, tipped by Knutson, going to be icing as it was on the wrong side of center, and we'll get a whistle after frantic action of 3 minutes, 21 seconds without a whistle. Good saves at both ends. Grant Conan rings the pipe. Carlson and Hodgins make good saves at both ends, and it's been frantic action here tonight from the Cottage Grove Ice Arena. 4:14 to go. Both teams have their timeout. We'll keep an eye on Cam Carlson in the Woodbury net, and we'll see if Coach Wes Boland looks to pull him at any point in time. Face-off is kept in by the Royals. Chance now. Rudin walks in. Chance shot wide of the net. Hodgins might have steered it to the corner. Back for it goes Telcher as we hit the 4-minute mark. Breaks it back out calmly. Not much pressure there, and a good play on the point there as Conan tried to feed it to his younger brother, and he was picked off nicely there by number 25. That's Connor Crowell. Icing as that one intended for Blake Conan goes too far. And on the Raptor bench, Coach Dustin Vogel is saying not too happy about that pass, which is going to cost his team 200 feet, and we'll go back down to the right side of Jack Hodgins. Shots on goal unofficially 34-29 in favor of the East Ridge Raptors, and on the board they lead it by 2. Face-off won by the Royals. Gross class in the number 1 line out there with Moeller and Hansen as the Royals put the press on, trying to get back into this one. Knutson has it in his skates. Now Stouffer loses it over to Grossclass in the corner. In the neutral zone, Schlattman starts to rush back. He's going to whine and shoot at Hodgins. That one hit a stake coming in and made the save as it came through, changed direction. And a harmless shot almost became a problem for the East Ridge goaltender. Hansen on the boards, battling there. Good work by Lanahan to get it back out. And with 3 minutes to go, we're going to get a penalty here, and it's going to go to Woodbury. And a tough call here with 3 minutes to go, but it's going to be, I think, no, it's going to go on East Ridge, and it's going to be Rick Lanahan. And the Woodbury Royals get exactly what the doctor ordered. They'll go to the power play. They're 1-4-2 tonight. And Rick Lanahan with a tough penalty as he was tangled with Joey Moeller in the middle of the ice, and not really probably surprising after the 5-minute major. Did the Raptors not think they were going to get the next one? And so Wes Boland's going to take his time here, and is he going to call his timeout to use this power play or not? He will not use it, and he will send out that top power play unit, and on the point he'll have Cole Shamrock and Matt Tarleton as the Royals get the opportunity with 3 minutes left, and Lanahan in the box to close it to 1 here. Draw one back by Conan. Tarleton not able to keep it back in at the point, and now does as Hansen has to wait for the clear up. Good play by Conan, though. He comes back and he's bodied hard. Grossclass takes him down, but not before the younger Conan turns and dumps it back in. Good pressure back here. Forces Hansen to send it back in his own zone. 2:38 to go in this one. Shabak up to Grossclass. Gets it to the middle of the ice. He bumped into Moeller. And up the far side, stopped by Stouffer, who just turns and rifles it back down as the Woodbury power play not sharp here to start in the first 35 seconds as they ticked off the penalty to Rick Lanahan. Here's Shabak. Gets it to Hansen, the smooth skating center, brings it to the blue line. Comes by the far side, trying to cut to the middle. Back to Shabak. He'll go short side to Grosskloss. 2:09 to go here. Give and go. Shabak to Grosskloss. Gets on the far side now. Here's Tarleton. He's going to walk down Main Street. Had to look for it, but it was closed up. That shot blocked on the way through. Rebound. Hodgins blocks it. He's got it in front. Scramble. Net's pushed off. And they're going to get a whistle here as Stouffer and Lucius had a little shove as we go under 2 minutes. And we get a face-off deep in the East Ridge zone. And I'm sure right now we're going to get a timeout from West Bowling. And there it is. The timeout by Woodbury with $1:54 to go. And 52 ticks left in the Rick Lanahan power play. And what a game we've had for you tonight. Quick summary of where we are with 1:54 to go here as the Raptors look for win number 11 on the year. And the Raptors open the scoring at the 11:28 mark. Blake Conan gets his 7th of the year with an assist to Grant Conan. And the Raptors doubled up that lead at the 12:33 mark as Jack Tauscher gets his 9th of the year with assists to Grant Conan and Blake Conan. As that line strikes for the first 2 for the Raptors. At the 1 second mark, actually 0.4 seconds to go in the period, a goalmouth scramble. Finds it on Matt Tarleton's stick, and he puts it behind Jack Hodgins. And the Woodbury Royals got a big lift going into the first intermission with their first goal of the game, and we ended at 2-1. And into period number 2, the Royals came right back out like a coiled spring. Ethan Hansen at the 21-second mark finds the rebound out front of Hodgins and deposits it in the back of the net, and we were tied 2-2. And after a strong second period for the Woodbury Royals where they controlled most of the play, we went to a 5-minute major assessed to Joey Moeller. And the East Ridge Raptors cash in on it at the 14:55 mark. Brady Knutson gets goal number 9 of the year, point number 21, and the Raptors go to the second period intermission up 3-2. And on the continuation of that 5-minute power play, Brady Knutson gets his 2nd of the night, 10th of the year, and he stretches the lead to 4-2. And that's where we stand with $1:54 to go. 52 seconds left to go in the power play. Rick Lanahan in the box for holding. And the Woodbury Royals now with the net empty, 6-on-4. We'll try to get it back in here. They trail by 2. And Coach Wes Bolin throws all of it at it. Grosskloss shot, save Hodgins. Rebound comes back out front. Shot again, Hodgins. Another one, scramble. Another save. 3 huge ones, and now they score! On the 4th whack, the Woodbury Royals are able to put it in. And with 1:39 to go, the Royals are still in it. 4-3 East Ridge. Persistence by the Woodbury Royals. They got 4 whacks at it, and on the 4th whack, they're able to get it underneath Hodgins. I think it was Joey Moeller that got the goal. And like we said, this one's never a disappointment. The Royals close it to 1:39 of feverish action left, and the East Ridge Raptors will just try to hang on to it here. Shots deadlocked at 34, score 4-3, and the Royals capitalize on the 6-on-4. Out of the net again, here comes Cam Carlson. 6-on-5, the Royals will go with the empty net again in the corner. Picked up, turned, dumped. Moose gonna chase it all the way back down. The net's empty. Can he get to it first? He does. Throws it back in the corner though. Out front, scramble, goal! East Ridge goes off the skate of Lanahan. They'll take it any way you can. The Raptors score, and Rick Lanahan's gonna get credit at 1:15. Not exactly how you draw it up. Rick Lanahan was knocked into the blue paint. It goes off his skate and into the net, and the Raptors are breathing a sigh of relief as they get an unorthodox goal, but they'll take it. And it's 5-3 East Ridge with 1:15 to go. Royals right back at it again. Carlson skates to the bench. 6-on-5 for Woodbury. Tauscher dumps it. They can't get it back out. Tarleton keeps it in at the line. They battle for it there, and there's a hand pass to Woodbury with exactly 1 minute to go here on Hockey Night in Minnesota, brought to you by Kare 11. And we Told you at the beginning, Woodbury, East Ridge, you can throw away the records, you can throw away the site, you can throw away the year. It is always an epic battle. And shots on goal, 35 apiece, scoring the board 5-3 with the empty netter on Cam Carlson. And the East Ridge Raptors looking for the sweep here. Now the student section on its feet to the lower right of us here, anticipating that their Raptors are going to get both ends of it and win number 11. We talked about it, huge ramifications in Section 4AA. But right now, 47 seconds left to go for the Raptors. Can they hang on here in the Battle of Woodbury? Conan's got it out front, shoots, jams, scores! Grant Conan gets his 4th point of the night and his first goal, and put the exclamation mark on it as Grant Conan said, I'll put a stamp on it. 6-3 Raptors. And for Conan, point number 4, and he's now 3 points away from the all-time East Ridge record. And now the place begins to empty as a beeline of Woodbury Royals fans makes their way to the parking lot here to get into the traffic jam early, I guess. And with 35 seconds left, Grant Conan has put the nail in the Royals' coffin, and the East Ridge Raptors are going to get the season sweep here. Win number 11, and they'll move into 5th place in the Section 4AA playoffs here with huge ramifications for both teams here. Off the draw, Cerniak, he's going to bring it back in. Brings it towards the net, fired it out front, picked up by Wyden. Now a scramble, the net came off again behind goaltender Jack Hodgins. And with 20.3 left, it's all done now, but the crying and the East Ridge Raptor fans on their feet down below us here to the right side in the Kare 11 studio, as they are happy with what the Raptors have delivered. The season sweep of the arch rival Woodbury Royals. Knutson at the draw against Simic. One back into the corner. Now Zerniak, he tries to bring it back out. Simic from the corner, he centered it. Gets on the stick of Lou Breguet, who tries to get it back out. At the point, turned back in, 7 seconds. Simic gets another chance at it. Knocked away by Hodgins, shot from the point, tip, that one's wide. We get to zeros, and the East Ridge Raptors complete the sweep, and they're gonna go towards the student section in the pile-up on top of goaltender Jack Hodgins, who gets win number 11, and the Raptors get win number 11 on the season, and no one bigger than this one tonight here from Cottage Grove. Grant Conan with 1 goal and 3 assists is the Hockey Night in Minnesota Kare 11 player of the game, with honorable mention to Brady Knutson, who gets 2 huge goals for the East Ridge Raptors. And the Raptors on the back of 3 in the third, win this one 6-3. A great one tonight from Cottage Grove, Minnesota. We want to thank you for being part of Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11. We hope you'll join you next week. Good night from Cottage Grove, Minnesota.